idiots will babble on about nothing for your enjoyment.
But I was gonna let it run a little bit before we actually start.
Yeah,
it will start in like a minute or two, and they can presumably hear us. I'll hear.
They can.
In a second.
I can see the mic audio thing.
Yeah.
Spooping.
Unless something's gone wrong, but we'll see.
I'm gonna try to not fiddle with things so I don't like.
There'll be some it'll be terrible. It's fun.
Oh, this is gonna have horrible background audio.
If this even goes.
I mean, Audacity didn't catch too much of it. I don't think.
Doesn't even start.
Click play.
But it says offline.
Because you had it paused?
No. I swear to God.
What if you somehow magically got the Waiting Queue's Twitch stream?
Oh wait. That's a good sign.
There we go. Okay.
That's it.
Waiting Queue's Twitch stream.
That's a good sign.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's almost like we're using the same setting with the same mic. All right. Anyway.
Well, I figured we just let it run. I don't know, like 30.
Will they be able to keep you from falling asleep? Probably not. But you're gonna listen anyways. This is the Waiting Queue.
Are we going with that, or are we gonna do it?
Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast for 8/21/19. I knew that off the top of my head.
Yeah,
that's wrong though. Cross did it.
I'm here with Cross Knights and Private Buttkiss.
He looked.
We are both.
He's looking hard.
All the three of us are sitting around a table at Cross's house before he's about to move.
Mm-hmm.
We figured, hey, we're all chilling out in New York together. Why don't we all just have a podcast with the original three members? Cross Knights, myself, and myself again. And Buttkiss is guesting.
Yep, youtube.com/relic time.
I don't remember you being on the podcast twice at a time, but it was a long time ago.
It has been a while since the last podcast. With two me's.
Well, here's the thing. I think we should keep doing the Waiting Queue, but it should be a yearly podcast. And note, if you disagree, it's too late because we're already doing it that way. Whether the last podcast was in 2008 and the one right before that was in 2017.
Did you say 2008?
Yes.
18.
Okay, because that's some pretty bad pod fade.
Yeah. And that's even more impressive. It should be a decade-long podcast. And we only have one podcast every decade.
A bi-decade podcast.
Yes.
Oh. It's like a permanent waiting queue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The limbo that never ends.
And we'll have a countdown permanently streaming on the site to the next,
next
decade. And then it'll be like, sorry, one of us didn't make it. We'll try it again next decade.
We should buy a website specifically for this purpose.
Yeah. I don't think we should actually do this. We didn't even get our files.
But anyway, Cross, what have you been up to this past year?
This past year, mother.
Just summarize it in 2 minutes. Come on. It's like the debates.
Oh yeah. So my opening statement. The reason that I'm running for president is that I think I have great hair.
He wants to kill old people. That's like
okay.
Secretly part
No. See, this is you leave that for the closing statement. You got to finish strong. I can't open with that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. That probably made a noise.
That's okay.
Yeah. I basically 203 graduated. So we're gonna be moving from here. We're moving in we're gonna try to move everything out in 5 days. We have to be out by the 31st. So this was it. This is why this is happening. This meeting, if it was now or never, because we're gonna be living at our parents' house.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have people over for extended periods of time without bothering them. So that's what we did. We got it together.
And 203's parents seem like very nice people.
They're great. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to disturb them.
Yeah, exactly. So
it'd be kind of weird staying in their house. There's a lot of doors in their fucking house. Dude.
Oh yeah, there
so many doors. Whoever designed that had a fetish for doors.
Yeah, it was a door fetish. I feel like there can't be a fetish for that. I bet that breaks the porn rule.
And there's 3 doors to the kitchen? Or 2? Just 2.
Yeah, there's a weird... to get upstairs, there's 2 different doors, and for some reason, everyone in that house takes the longer way around. But
the middle one is always closed.
Well, you just open it.
Yeah.
Well, but, it's closed.
Yeah,
I didn't know if the mom of the house or the dad had I want this closed for this reason.
No, they all go to the exact same place. It's just one of them slightly faster.
What else have you been doing, Cross?
Oh, nothing. My life has gone to a standstill. I'm basically just a statue that stays and yells at a computer.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Because ever since the last podcast, I broke up with my girlfriend due to issues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to college currently, and I'm still working at Home Depot, so I think I feel that whole standstill bullshit. I need to get off my ass and do something.
Well, this is my favorite thing about listening to the old last 2 waiting queues, because for your life, major things happen between every single podcast. Because, like, I think 4 podcasts ago, you're like, I'm trying to get a job at Home Depot, I hope I get it. And then it's just like, oh, I've got a girlfriend. And then it's like, oh, man, I'm really working on the thing. And now you're like, Home Depot sucks, I broke up with a girlfriend. Yeah. So
Home Depot's awful. Like retail, if you have any other choice to go into a job that isn't retail, do that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it would be better. I'm sure even like fucking garbage men would be better.
Oh, garbage men's probably great.
Yeah, you make a lot of money too.
And you're not working that long.
Yeah.
Or that often. I assume most garbage men must have like second jobs, because like, they work like once a week usually, so.
And what about you, Buttkiss?
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff has happened with you
No,
also.
nothing's changed.
It's not like you're currently a nomad.
Yeah, and currently without home, and also a newly college graduate. Nope, nothing.
Congratulations,
really
Buttkiss.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
You're a homeless college graduate. It's the millennial way.
Holy fuck, it's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're moving back in. I'm moving in with my girlfriend's parents, also the millennial way. You graduate.
Just how it is.
Yeah, you graduate, it doesn't work out. And you just go in a holding pattern for a bit.
I think we just need to apply ourselves better, Cross.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's us. We're not doing anything.
Spend less time on our phones, you know?
It's the American way, working 4 jobs.
If you're not working 80 hours, you ain't doing it right.
Holy shit.
If you're sleeping, 8 hours, that's just, lazy.
Laziness.
If you eat food every day, excessive.
Some of y'all sleep more than 6 hours a night, and it shows.
Just skip on food so you can afford the next phone that you need to apply to a job. Anyway,
Yeah, anyway, if you have a phone, don't put it on the roof of a car and then open the trunk and then close it, because you might close your phone in the car, shattering the screen into a million pieces.
There's no way to explain the situation in a way that a viewer or a listener can actually comprehend.
I would have taken a picture of it, but my phone was caught in the vice of the car, and I couldn't. And now my phone camera has been crushed, the flashlight doesn't work, and there's a spot that if I use the touch screen, my finger has a chance of bleeding.
I remember looking over from the porch, and my brain just not being able to understand what is happening with the car.
Even with you saying that you got that was your phone, I was still like, what phone?
Yeah, what phone? Like,
What's
that's
that
a
thing
phone?
stuck in the trunk?
Is that Cross's phone?
That
He's
his
like,
phone?
that's my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that his phone?
I should have had you all pull it so you could have understood how tight it was in there. Like, it was in.
So then they had to open it, which crushed his phone.
As I doubt anyone knows what we're talking about because it's too ridiculous of a situation.
Yeah.
It was a freak accident. If my phone was like a micrometer bigger, it wouldn't have fit in that hole.
Dude, our ones of viewers probably had the same situation happen to them.
No one's,
or at least they will.
Zero. That's fine.
It's almost like this is a completely spontaneous thing on a dead concept. Wow.
No, it's not dead. Once a year. We're doing another in 2020.
Oh no, Cross. Most of your viewers probably have like jobs or school and stuff.
Yeah, no, this is the bad time to stream.
Yeah, no.
But,
We have to get it out sometime.
No, it was now or never.
And then after this, we're going to play Betrayal Legacy. That is a great fucking board game.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Like, if anybody has friends enough,
If anyone has friends.
if anybody has friends who play board games, getting them into Betrayal Legacy might be a good idea.
Yeah, it's pretty much 5 players max. That's
Yes.
There's
3 to 5
with-
players.
Yeah. It comes with everything you need to play the game with 5 players.
That first fucking scenario, though, best.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best.
And you craft your own story essentially. Also,
Yeah.
there's a free mode. I didn't
Yes.
really. Yeah, so you can
just play the game.
you can play it like normal Betrayal.
Yeah.
I guess if you don't know, Betrayal's a game where you all like explore a haunted house, and eventually a haunt happens, and one of your members usually turns evil and essentially becomes like the DM fighting the rest of the heroes.
Yeah.
The heroes don't know all the secrets about the villain, and the villain doesn't know exactly how the heroes are going to defeat him. So,
Unless they just flat out tell them.
unless they accidentally start saying information randomly. To be fair, the thing that you said was,
You already knew it.
yes,
in a different
the way you said it, I was like, what?
Hello, Doom Cake.
Yeah.
Hey,
Welcome to
It's
the
that guy.
Spontaneous Queue.
Oh, and thanks for, so I shouldn't say this. The only reason this isn't... Okay, let's talk about this. The only damn reason this isn't being streamed to the waiting queue is because we spent half an hour, first of all, trying to figure out the password. Then he had to reset the password. Then we finally get there to look at the stream key, and it's like, enable two-factor notification, which Cube can't do.
It's the two-factor authentication.
Yes.
Yes.
And he doesn't have, he can't use his phone where we are because his phone service doesn't work here, so it was literally impossible to get the stream key.
So yeah, and I can't even log back onto my account because I had to log out to reset the password for the Twitch, the waiting queue Twitch. This is a very convoluted pile of shit.
Yeah.
I think you summed it up pretty well.
But I feel like this podcast is for me at this point because, like, I'm gonna listen to it in a year.
Yeah, it is cool to have like a log.
Yeah.
history,
Yes.
Like a time capsule.
Yeah, and then it's all just gonna get nuked by YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, we listened to a little bit in the car, and I realized the part where we talk about our life, pretty cool. Part where we're joking, pretty cool. Part where we talk about games and make predictions,
Yeah.
still is all crap.
Oh, I remember thinking that like years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, I remember talking to you about that.
Yeah.
Being like, is a gaming podcast really the best thing to go with, or should we talk more about life stuff?
Yeah, but you know, we didn't have a lot going on.
Yeah.
That's why we went bi-weekly, and then even then we went less than bi-weekly, and we realized that was too long because we forgot anything that did happen.
No, but for viewers watching this VOD, chances are Cross will probably delete it from his channel, his Twitch channel, and then I'll just upload it to YouTube channel.
It'll be here for 2 weeks and then it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm not
so-
going to highlight it. That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
I would love to get it on the waiting queue thing, but...
I can upload it.
Oh, really? You can upload videos to Twitch?
I'll upload it to the Twitch.
Cool.
Actually, this is one thing I wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys think if when I came back, which I might do, what do you think Twitch would do if I just started uploading Let's Plays to Twitch? What do you think would happen? You think that would be a good idea?
I don't know.
I mean,
Just test the waters?
that seems reasonable to do.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Because what if there is a community out there in Twitch who have only found streams and they don't really know that much about like Let's Plays?
Mm-hmm. It's possible. I do think because they have like a rerun feature on that, which essentially would be like similar, and way less people watch.
Oh yeah.
Because I think people on Twitch want the interactive experience with the person. That's the only difference. This is so weird that I can look at you guys as I'm talking to you.
Right?
It wasn't weird until we started doing the podcast.
It's
then it's
live
just like,
TV.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. I'm too distracted by your actual human eyes.
Something about people wanting live interaction?
Yes. Yeah, and you can't do that if it's, oh god, you're staring at me. Oh my god. All right. You can't do that. What the hell was I talking about? Your eyes.
Live interaction.
Jesus Christ, Cross. Oh, you should see what happens when I start touching them and stuff.
Yeah, this is why I need to be on a computer. I can't. You're just fucking staring at me with their human globule retinas. You don't have that live interaction on a Let's Play. That's the main difference between Twitch. Now, and it's usually less produced because you can't cut the crap out, but some people want the crap.
Yeah.
They want, the person, they want the chair stream where the guy, lets again, and he's like, peanut butter that I'm eating from a spoon.
15 minutes without putting up any notification that he'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
He's
and
just
then
gone.
they'll be like, you're playing Ascension Tomato, and the person's like, what are you talking about? He's like, he talked to me. So, yeah.
They want the attention is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, they
the
want...
immediate gratitude of the interaction?
Yeah, they want to, because... Isn't all of this just having people talk to you while you're doing other stuff? Isn't that the purpose of Let's Plays? And
I mean, I gotta be honest. I get much more satisfaction putting out a product that's cleaned up, edited.
Yeah.
The audio is good. I know that if somebody comes by this in 5 years, I'll be proud of that.
The stress that I feel when I'm playing a game streaming and I'm just lost and I can't cut it out is horrible.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm just wasting these people's time. I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, it's stressful.
I had 45 minutes when I was playing through Silent Hill 2 years ago. 45 minutes of me walking around those first fucking apartment buildings, dude.
Okay.
That was pretty good. Not as good as the time with the boat, though.
That's the boat. Okay. Now here's the opposite of that.
The
boat is the opposite reason where that was amazing.
Well, that's
and only because you wouldn't have left that in a video.
Maybe.
So good. It was as long as an actual boat ride to that hotel would have taken. Possibly longer. I think in a real boat you might have gotten there quicker.
The best part was when I was in the boat and I saw the light and then I somehow drifted away from it. And then the first thing in chat was, feels bad, man.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Belle! Oh, it is so good to see you again.
Hi, Declan and Psychball 2.
I'm glad you joined Cross Knight's Discord.
When in hell did we start this? Because we took so long because we want to take roughly an hour, right?
It was a bit after 4, like 4
Well,
or 2,
you can
4
see
or 5.
the live thing down there.
It's been 14 minutes.
Oh, there it is.
About 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any major things you want to talk about, or?
Well, now that is the chat even showing up?
Yes.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I've doomed everything.
Wait, you set it to the waiting queue instead. So right click on that.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Do we have to do this live?
We can do it real quick.
Yeah,
All right,
no
technical
problem.
difficulty. Properties.
Oh,
At the bottom.
Property.
okay. They're walking the old man
And
through
then where
this.
it says the waiting queue in the URL.
Change it to Cross Knights.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that.
Cross Knight's Little Pony.
No. I thought that I was allowed to change that because the person who took Cross Knights on here isn't here anymore, but it still isn't working.
I think it saves it for like 6 months.
But it's been deleted for so long and it just wouldn't let me do it.
P. Nice. That looks
Okay,
good to me.
let's say. Boo-diddle-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Hang in there, baby.
J.
Eh.
I don't think it worked at all.
Wait,
Oh,
maybe
no.
there's a lag time.
Huh.
Here, give me the mouse. I'll see if I
Okay.
can mess around with it. So,
I think that's a no.
I mean, what has been the... I mean, we pretty much gave life updates already, right?
Yeah, well,
We're definitely going to want to talk about the trip some.
yes.
True, we should talk about... You want to open up with anything, Chris?
Well, just don't mention the name of a hometown as a secret, but what did you think of my hometown?
Oh, you mean Crosstown in Florida?
Yeah, oh no, what have you done? Everyone knows that I live in Crosstown.
Crosstown, Florida.
Oh, because you
A
have,
real
you have it
place.
underneath the picture, Cross.
God
You
damn.
had it underneath the picture.
No, I just moved it like that.
Okay,
It
I
was
see.
right before.
Gotcha.
Then I moved it like it must be wrong. 203 actually did sum up the vacation. Yeah, they touched each other's faces.
Oh, I touched his face hard. Can you change
Yeah.
that to 400?
Sure. He had like...
Tap 4.
Buttkiss had an entire jingle about how if he touched his face, it would end his friendship.
Do you want to sing it for us?
I don't remember most of it,
It's
but
fine.
it was to the tone of Be My Guest.
Be my guest, which came up in one of the board games we played.
Yeah,
actually,
I know.
What?
I just want people to be able to read it.
That's fine. Oh, perfect. But yeah, so that was good. There was definite face touching. We
That's the
found
first thing I
out
did.
amazingly that Cube is taller than Buttkiss, but I
Fuck
don't think you were before. I think he just grew a little bit since the first time we saw him.
I am the tallest member of the previous crew known as Drive Not Found.
Yeah, the current crew of Drive Not Found that's
Should we
completely
even talk
active.
about any of that?
No.
Okay.
We should not.
Maybe we'll touch on that in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All you need to know right now is that Taz is the leader of Drive Not Found.
Taz is like 6 feet apparently. Whatever, it's fine. I'm taller than Relic. I'm probably the same height as Douglas.
Yeah,
And...
I remember that promise you made.
Hmm?
The one about somehow platonically being inside of me or something?
What?
Well, I did that.
Yeah,
was on a
exactly.
spiritual
Exactly,
level.
Magnet. Jesus.
Yeah,
Man.
Doomcake's right. I got inside you on a spiritual level, and not after you drank that drug coffee.
I feel like we've connected.
Yeah.
No,
Physically.
it's really. So this is the first time, like a week ago, the first time I met Buttkiss.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice to see him for the first time. I had met Cross last year when I came here, and his girlfriend too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
brought-
3?
I brought. I brought my ex.
Yes.
I can tell crazy ex stories now. Nice.
Just be careful of
I'm
that.
not gonna tell them online.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah, yeah.
no. Maybe I'll like say some here and there in a couple years, but
Oh, you had such a good joke before when we were playing a golf
I
game that I
did.
cannot repeat.
No,
That is really not okay
why
to
even
repeat.
bring it up then?
Because it was so good. I just want people to know that you made a great joke
Yeah.
that I cannot repeat.
She's basically hole 7 of Tiger Woods' golf tour.
I feel like... Don't worry. Don't use your imagination.
All right, so this is the part of the podcast where I Google search gaming news.
Oh, we're going to talk about games.
No.
Already? No.
Well, let's explain a little bit about Betrayal Legacy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I explained basically, but... So the original Betrayal, you explore a haunted house, eventually someone turns into a traitor. And that traitor could be like, they're a secret werewolf, they're a cult leader, Their face lights on fire, and they like fire, and they're burning everything on fire. You know, you get the idea.
Yeah.
This one, however, there's a set story. Like, it starts out, there's 5 different families. We're only playing with 4. Each of them are kind of known for a different trait, except for Buttkiss, which is like the weird does everything.
Minus sanity, even though they can do. Never mind. Yeah, no, you're right. Completely right.
Yeah, I was looking at it because like all the other ones, like 203's playing the owl people. They never drop below 4 knowledge. I never drop below 4 might.
Cube never drops below 4 sanity.
Yes, and the one that we didn't play never drops before 4 speed.
Yeah.
But you, it's nothing. It's like everything is kind of even.
Yeah, I'd have probably went for the speed ones, but I mean yellow.
I get it. But then you name a character, and then you choose your house name, and if a character dies, each game basically takes place like 30 years after the last one, and things that happened in the previous games affect the future games. And you can cut out like content can be blocked off depending on whether you win or lose against the traitor.
Like, it literally tells you, take this card out of this deck and just destroy it. Like, it is not part of your story. Like, it will tell you that.
There's the other thing is, like, this game is only meant to be played once. Because it literally tells you, like,
the campaign.
The
campaign is only meant to be played once.
Yes, okay,
However,
that is
there
true.
is an unlimited free play.
But you have to, like, make physical marks on cards with, like, pen and never, there's a character card that you're supposed to write on permanently. It's crazy. Like, I've never found a game that you're just, like, supposed to slash and burn as you go. But no, it's great. Like, we're creating our own story. We're not going to be able to beat it in the amount of time because there's, like, 14 different rounds, and we've only gotten through, like, 7 of them.
Yeah, 14 chapters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cross and I also beat Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
For the PlayStation 2.
Totally anticlimactic. I waited a whole year to come back here to play it and beat it with him. It took like 2 hours.
Oh no, it took longer than 2 hours.
Seriously?
Yeah, we were up till 5 in the morning.
Last dungeon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't even there, and I know that.
It was about 3.5 hours.
That's ridiculous.
No, the thing is, when you left last time, I was like, this sucks, we're only an hour away. Oh no, we weren't. I mean, there was only one more dungeon, but it was filled with gargoyles that murdered you, and then you couldn't go back and sell your stuff and get good weapons. And I was an archer that had a really bad bow.
Yeah, so at some point he just took a sword off the ground, just some random like middle tier sword, and he just started doing way more damage.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so much better, and none of my skills worked with sword. I only bought one ability, shoot crap tons of arrows, and so like, I'd hit someone with 5 arrows and it would do less damage than my sword swipe. So then we cheated a bit, and I got a good bow, and we beat it. It was fun.
Awesome.
Hacks!
We were.
Wait,
I saved...
What did we do exactly?
So I found out through accident that treasure chests are they're randomly generated, and they're only generated when you open them. So if you save and go back, you can open it and then reload until you get something good. So I was like, I'm going to do this 2 or 3 times and just hope I get lucky. Yeah. Did it 2 times, got one of the best bows in the game, and we went and just murdered the final boss.
Because at that point it was like, at first I was objecting, but then I was like, I don't give a fuck.
No, it was like, we spent way too much. This was supposed to take an hour. It was so long. We got to the point where we didn't have enough health potions, so we had to walk back, get health potions.
Grinding enemies.
And then we died 3 times doing that.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
You think it's weakness, Cube, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's not. It's strength to overcome obstacles, any obstacles.
I will take that into account, buddy.
And it's their fault for making the things spawn upon opening the chest.
True.
I mean, it was probably necessary.
I mean, they were asking us to abuse it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, they wanted it. So, yeah, I have very fond memories of that game. I think you do too. They do not hold up to reality. We've played better games since then. And I think they ran out of money or will, like, for the last third of the game.
Like Champions of Norath.
Magnitus is like the second person this trip who said the cross is 203.
What?
Yeah.
Cross is 203. 203 is cross. Da-da-da.
Yeah, he said da 3 times.
Duh. Ding, 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 ding. Got that Beanie Eyelash song that's in my head.
Oh, I understand your pain, Beanie Eyelash.
Man, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. I think I should keep track in my notebook and just write down every time I want to bring something up on the podcast, and then next year I'll have a whole podcast worth of content.
You better write that down now. You're gonna forget that. It's gonna be a year. You have to write down your method of remembering things now, or you're gonna forget that you remembered a method to remember things.
Also, apparently, Cross has noticed things in me that make me seem very sporadically attention boy.
Sporadically attention boy. You get a bit distracted.
Do I fiddle with things a lot?
No, Trump's body with a cat head. Why do you ask?
Best gift. I just like that you're asking that while fiddling with the puzzle on the table.
Well, why not?
Well, it was just too appropriate. I don't know. There is a part, though, alright, so we all have to read instructions for this Betrayal game, and he kept on taking it, and he was just looking at it. And then eventually me and 203 realized that he was just staring at the paper, not reading it, because
To
he
be
didn't...
fair, I wasn't completely sober. Like, come on.
That's fair.
Come on.
But also, to be fair, why don't even like we needed to read the book too. You weren't reading it.
I was trying to read
we
it.
had to keep on taking it for you.
I was trying to read it.
Yeah, you were like, oh, let me see this part, and then we're like, okay, you get it now, and you're like, what? And then we realized you would just. It was like 2 minutes. It was It was like 3 sentences. In fact, it's even possible that you did read the sentence at the beginning of the 3 minutes and just forgot everything. So, you know, I know that there's been times online you've gotten distracted, but I don't think it was quite as bad. But I don't know. It might just be easier for you to obscure it when I can't see your face.
Okay.
But
well,
it's fun.
We'll take notes now.
I think we should move on from talking about Betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is, after all,
Now let's talk about
podcast.
actual Betrayal.
Well, we do, in fact, talk about video
Do I have
games.
enough? Oh. Well, do you have any... Do you have...
About games?
Yeah, or
I mean,
anything.
just anything.
Hell,
Oh
Yeah.
man,
talk
that
about?
African rainforest.
Oh no, guys! The Amazon rainforest
Yeah, I
is
gotcha.
on fire. Like, it's just on fire, and there's nothing we can do about
Why
it.
did
and
we
it's just
have
gonna
to-
burn down, and the world is fucked. It's
I mean,
just,
it might be okay. It's only 20% of the world's
so next
oxygen.
year, when we make another podcast about how much more the world has been fucked, then
Yeah, then we can remember that this was the trip where the world
Where we
died.
I don't want to talk about it too long because it's very sad.
It is
but
very
this
sad.
didn't just happen. It's been like 3 weeks, and like America only found out like yesterday.
yes,
So, yeah. But you know,
where is the afro? It was right in front of me.
Mhm.
203 actually fucking foofed up Cross's afro.
oh yeah, she actually after I picked my hair right before. It's
Yeah.
very hot.
Oh, it got
I
very
usually-
foofy.
When it's hot, I don't usually have my afro. 'cause-
He's got himself a human
It's just a
afro.
layer of insulation.
Yeah, it's like wearing one of those Russian guard hats all the time, even in the summer. So if I tie it back, it's a little bit better, but yeah.
That must be good for the winter.
But they at least know the afro's real. Like that
Yeah.
picture, that drawing of me is me, and that is actually how my hair looks. So,
Well, I assume anybody who's going to show up for the fucking waiting queue.
mhm.
Did you even say it was a podcast?
I mean, it says it in the.
Oh,
it
the
says
podcast,
it's
right.
yeah,
Gotcha.
the stream. I mean, it appeared on my Discord, I'm sure. But
Yeah, it's totally not dead and
Totally
stuff.
not dead and stuff.
well, there's like 10 people. That's pretty good. That's
We-
more than I get for my normal streams. I guess this is a good time to stream. I guess I've been streaming at the wrong time.
We're here to talk about video games that make you sad and stuff.
Oh yeah, me and Buttkiss watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's the 3rd time I've seen it. That movie gets better every time I've seen it, except I also hate Scott more every time I see it.
It's just an
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's terrible.
I wish he like more so gotten his comeuppance, I gotta be honest.
He's
He
worse than both of us.
Combined.
Yeah.
He really is terrible. He's just messing with the affections of a young girl and being dishonest with her, and he's just a selfish prick. And then like I feel like there's like a broken Aesop where I feel like he learns the incorrect lesson at the end, but then they act like he learned the right one. I just
Which that was on purpose.
I don't think it was on. It didn't seem like it was on purpose.
It is.
It'd be like
I mean, it is valuable, the lesson you learned. It's not completely...
Baby Driver is
It's-
awesome.
It's
a
wait,
good-
No, it's like it wasn't that he should fight for it. That's too specific.
Yeah, they were trying to say like he needs self-respect, but that wasn't the issue. That is a good lesson. It just wasn't the lesson he needed to learn.
The lesson should have been don't be a dick.
Mm-hmm. It would be like if there was a movie and then this guy had like two shotguns and he just kills all the enemies and he gets revenge, and then at the end they're just like, oh, the killing is wrong, but yet he solved all his problems with shotguns. Like that's the type of issue that like that's a broken Aesop.
Yeah.
So, but whatever. It was more of a comic book movie than most comic book movies. It's visually very cool. I love the villains in it. It's a good watch. Just, you got to know what you're getting in for. It's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah. Captain America's in it.
Can we take
Captain America is in it.
Yeah. Can we take a couple hours to talk about the horrible way that tech companies are moving?
Sure.
Like with fucking YouTube and then like Twitch, they're just making things more complicated and annoying. Like,
yeah, they just forcibly changed me over to the new dashboard, and I have no idea what the hell's going on.
now, do you use Firefox or Chrome?
I use Firefox for everything that's not work.
Do you notice that YouTube on Firefox is just slower than on Chrome, just flat out?
I haven't, but that's because I don't use YouTube on Chrome. So,
Oh, gotcha.
So I believe you. I've heard a lot of people say Firefox is terrible, which it didn't used to be, but I think they just haven't updated it enough to stay with the times.
I thought I read somewhere where it was like I thought I read that YouTube or Google specifically slows down YouTube on Firefox.
That's terrible.
Like, I think that's just a thing they're doing, and they can because it's their shit. But like,
well, that was what like net neutrality was supposed to stop crap like that.
yeah,
and now that's
surprise,
gone, so.
surprise. We eliminate that sort of thing. Giant mega corporations are going to start abusing us and
and I like
shitting on us.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
You think they care about what we think?
No.
We're going to keep using YouTube. YouTube is like the thing to use.
The thing is, Twitch, I know, is taking some of their market share. I know it, at least for gaming.
And Patreon, too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, why the fuck hasn't YouTube opened up a Patreon
They
system
kind
yet?
of have, actually. It's called membership. In fact, they just added membership-only streams to YouTube. And I saw it on the new dashboard. It wasn't there before, so there must be pretty recent.
That's pretty cool.
I just don't want to... You know how complicated my taxes are already? Like, I have to pay taxes on the Patreon money and on the YouTube ads, even though all of this is such a piddling amount. I don't think
Cross is a nice, upstanding citizen who pays his taxes.
I just want, assuming Social Security still exists when I'm old, I'd be nice if there's a record of me paying into it, is all. So, there were, like, when I first started YouTube, I think there were a few years where I didn't file because I didn't think I had to.
Right.
So, the government didn't get my,
actually,
$300 or whatever.
I wonder how many YouTubers just don't file their taxes, because you gotta assume most of them are younger. They don't know how to do it. They just don't care. Like,
and they don't know.
Yeah.
And if they ever get big, they get screwed. It happens all the time. Like Philip DeFranco's talked about it. It's
Seriously?
very, yeah. Like if all of a sudden they start making, $10 or $50,000 a year, and they didn't pay taxes, then the government notices.
yeah.
So, it definitely does happen. But, I had to go to a specialist to do my taxes. And they were actually a little bit confused by some of the aspects. They didn't know what Patreon, like how it works, really. They had to do something weird to make it count.
I get you.
So...
Do people even know, like, who is here?
Who was here?
Yes.
Oh, the three people.
The three people.
Everyone looks familiar.
I think we introduced at the beginning.
Yes, we introduced at the beginning.
Anyway, I'm Relic Ty.
No, yeah.
No,
There we did it! That was great. That was a perfect relic.
So the other thing that is shitty is Twitch. What do you guys think about, like, mobile authentication? The two-factor authentication. So now, to stream on Twitch, you have to enable two-factor authentication.
Yeah, it should be a choice, basically. Yeah. If you want to put your stuff at risk, I think you should be able to do it. I get that they have it for if you're monetized, but now the waiting queue channel has to have two. They were never monetizing that.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Someone can hack into our channel right now. They're not going to get a damn thing. We'll just make another one called the waiting queues. It's fine.
Waiting queue 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Electric Queue-aloo.
Oh man,
it's
that'll
fine.
actually be synced because we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to sing a song?
I think we would have had to prepare that beforehand.
Live and learn.
Ooh, longest.
For the longest time.
Ooh, longest.
For the longest time. I don't remember the other part.
If you say
Goodbye to me tonight.
There, was it magical enough?
Beautiful.
Live and learn.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Okay.
I don't know that one.
Well, Cuba doesn't always wake up when we want him to. So me and Buttkiss had a plan to dual kazoo harmony wake him up with the end theme song to Sonic Adventure 2. which we did, and it was magical and it sounded brilliant.
I didn't fuck it up at all.
I'm assuming it sounded terrible, but the fact that it might have sounded terrible made it probably more horrifying, thus making it better for a wake-up song, so it was fine.
That Declan is getting chills. We could do this more often if we were all in the same place. Guys, we should all just move into one big house. We'll call it the Cube House.
Wait a minute.
We'll call it the giant square Buttkiss house.
No, it's got to be the cross house. I feel like the point where roommates are desirable is past at 30. What am I? 6.
You want to have your own place?
Ideally, yeah. Though my roommates, when I was 28, were amazing. But we were all nerds. Like, sometimes I wouldn't see them for 3 days. But then sometimes we'd be like, hey, how's it going? Hey. And we did it. It was great.
And you guys ninja'd around the house?
Yes, but most roommate situations are not like that. You know, you get in each other's space. There's never any privacy. So, but it is cheaper.
Yeah.
You know.
No, my friend, my incredibly loud friend, and if he watches this, he won't be offended because I tell him that his face all the time. I'm like, you're fucking loud. But he is. He has 2 settings. He has no in between this and this, and this is his normal talking voice. It's like,
I'll let him sound too loud. I don't think you're capable of being as loud as he is.
Maybe.
It's probably something more like this, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's like really oppressive, right?
And then
Wouldn't want this from 2 sides.
No, that would be too crazy.
One.
You're gonna explode.
Who would do that? Sorry, headphone users.
I only get that
Sorry,
loud
right
when
ear of headphone users.
if I'm talking about something really excitedly, I do get that loud, and I talk really fast, and I think it intimidates people.
No, he's the same way. He gets
Yeah.
excited about something, and even from middle school, when we were getting into heated conversation about like Halo or some stupid shit like that, he would just get up. He'd be standing with his hands on the table, being like, "No, that's not true." And I'd be like, "It is. I literally just." But yeah. Anyway, he offered me this loud friend. It was like, "Hey, come on and be my roommate with my other friend." And I'm like, "Fuck that."
Oh, so you've known him since middle school?
Middle school.
Okay, cool.
And this was the boy that drove 3 hours before work to come get me after I'd broken up when I was stranded in Wisconsin. After I'd broken up with my girlfriend.
Oh, you broke up during a trip?
During a family vacation with her family, where I was getting attached to her family. And then we broke up during that vacation, and I was stranded in Wisconsin with no car, no way to get home at like 2 in.
I think you told me that, but I only just now comprehended the gravity of how shitty that must have been.
That was genuinely the worst night of my life. Yeah.
Then when he dropped you off, he put his hand on your shoulder and said, "Goodbye forever."
Then he was like...
He yelled it into his ear.
"Goodbye forever!"
That'll be about $100. I'll be like, damn.
Oh, man. I once, when I was very drunk at a New Year's party, gotten an extremely exuberant, hand-wavy yelling contest because this guy said that the show Lex, where those guys fly around to that penis ship, was better than Firefly, and I lost my mind. Was he a
hipster, or...?
No, I think he's just weird. He's one of those people that like weird things as opposed to, things that are, good. And, oh, God. Some of my friends mentioned later how crazy I was being. But I was also right, so,
Nah.
Hold on, let me check my die tonight, Tim.
Lex was pretty good, though.
Okay.
Was it?
Almost as good as Firefly.
Oh.
In fact, I would say better.
No. This is a bait. This is a bait, and I don't believe you. He wasn't screwing with me. He actually believed this. This is why I went crazy. He kept on trying to bring up evidence.
Penis ship.
It's definitely... So the show is filled with, sexual innuendo.
Is this like Battlestar Galactica?
No.
Just a space vagina?
Is it like Battlestar
That was torture.
That was torture, right. Yeah.
It's a comedy... it's a comedy space show that just makes constant sexual innuendos. The main character is a janitor that accidentally got a key melded to him with one of the most powerful battleships in the universe, and they need to kill him in order to get the ship back. And he's just a janitor, and he's not that smart. And his crew can sit... It actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it is a decent show. But only for the first few seasons. It gets really weird later on, but he's got this guy that is literally dead. He was killed and brought back to life, so he has no emotions. And all the ladies love him, but he has no sex drive, because, again, dead.
Yeah, dead.
And a weird, sex slave that freed herself. And their ship is shaped like a penis, and they fly around and they do different things.
They just have adventures.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, and the Lex, I think it's spelt with 3 X's. It's a very immature show, but it wasn't terrible. But it's not as good as Firefly. Damn it.
No.
Yeah. So,
They didn't even have Jane's hat.
it's true. 203 just posted an image, presumably, of Lex. It just says pointing up penis show. But yeah.
Gaming news. Steam China will be almost entirely independent of Steam. Marvel Miniatures and new Dungeons and Dragons class.
Tekken.
Nope, screw that. Let's talk about the Epic Store.
Yeah, the fucking Epic Store.
Tekken. Let's talk about Tekken.
Tekken, yeah,
The Epic
Tekken.
Store still doesn't have a
We're on
shopping
Tekken
cart.
Yeah.
Epic
Yeah,
Store.
we've moved on to Tekken. So
Tekken Store still doesn't have a shopping cart.
the Tekken Store.
They need. You know they would.
I'd love a Tekken. No, actually, I
They would
love-
live service the shit out of that game. If
They
could.
pretty much all fighting games basically are live services at this point. You have
True,
to
yeah.
you have to play online unless you have friends.
I
You gotta
would
pay
love
for
it
the
if
fighters.
the Tekken store became an actual rival.
An
for it.
actual.
It's rivaling Steam. Everyone's buying Tekken characters in the Tekken Store instead of new games.
It's bigger than Epic. It's rivaling Steam.
Well, I guess the main thing with Epic is how do you feel about the fact that they're like going all Disney and trying to acquire exclusives? Does it piss you off, or are you just like whatever as long as I can play the game?
Well, I don't know how much I can say that isn't just regurgitating people like Jim Sterling or something,
But how do you feel?
I think it is personally nice to have a competition for Steam, but they aren't really competing. They're just kind of like throwing fucking rocks at Valve's head as they're running. That's mostly how it's kind of going down.
Well, it's Valve's fault for not Naruto running out of the way.
Just like stealing the exclusives, which isn't really stealing, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What
like, I don't want to use their shitty program. Like, it just takes resources when you're not using it.
It is bad.
Like, it doesn't have a shopping cart. It doesn't have a shopping
It's
cart.
a store with that. Even eBay had a shopping cart. It was made back in 1995.
Origin is better at this point, which is horrifying to say.
What do you think, Buttkiss? Are you against it? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah,
even?
yeah, no, I know. And pretty much that.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, no, sorry, not much to add.
That's fine. Like, basically, I'm fine with them getting exclusives. What I don't like is when a developer has been, like, kickstarted, promises that it's going to be on Steam, and then says it's not, because that is not okay.
Yeah,
You're literally giving people a different thing than they said they would have.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Epic Store is not all that secure, too. I've apparently, like, some Russian people tried to get in my account, and some people from China, and, like, it's already happened.
Jesus.
I'm glad I didn't save my financial information on it.
Yeah.
To be fair, that happened to like one of my Blizzard games also, so it's just a thing that happens. I was reading a thing where someone said like, "Oh my god, someone logged into my Destiny account and like did a few missions and then drank some of my stuff and then they just left. They didn't like buy anything. They could have. They just wanted to play my character apparently." And then someone's like, "Me too. This also happened to me." It's the craziest Reddit thread of people are just like playing characters that weren't theirs.
Did they just not have the game and they wanted to test it?
Maybe.
What if there's just like a Best Buy in like Russia or something? They just like it couldn't figure out how to get the game or didn't want to buy it, so they just logged into random people's accounts.
It may be. It's just so weird that they didn't do anything more malicious when they could have, because their financial information was in there.
It's just a demo stand in Best Buy somewhere. Anyway,
Yeah.
I like your shirt.
Thanks. I don't know what it
Listeners
says.
on the stream, what do you think of Cross's shirt?
I don't know what it says. I don't even know if this is my shirt. It might be 203.
That shirt's pretty good. A bit of... It kind of sells out, though, you know?
Okay, listeners, what do you think of Buttkiss' shirt? What do you think of my shirt? Let's talk about me.
Your shirt's just blue. There's nothing on it. The Buttkiss' shirt. Hard Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squirtle.
They got this from the Hard Rock, from that state right next to Florida.
Alabama?
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
So-
Is Alabama
yeah.
not next to...
It is.
Yeah.
But Mississippi is too, and that's the one I meant.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But no, the Epic Game Store is shit. It's just... I mean, it's cool to have competition for Steam and make... Because didn't they steal Auto Chess? Dota Auto Chess? Didn't they, like, make that exclusive to the Epic Game Store?
Really?
Yeah,
Dota?
well,
Really?
It's not completely Dota, but it's... So, you know how a shit ton of mods and stuff have turned into real game genres?
Yeah.
So this is
like
another
Dota.
situation of that.
Okay.
It's like an auto battler, I guess is the actual genre name.
Auto chess.
Yes,
I've
auto
heard
chess.
of that.
So
Really?
it was spawned from Dota 2, a mod from Dota 2, and then like a company in China got a lot of support behind it, and they made a pretty good game as far as I can tell. And then Epic came by and they're like, here's just all of the money, release it on our platform only.
Okay.
I guess that was just a middle finger to Steam.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this auto chess thing. This sounded interesting. But like, no, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with developers doing it as long as they didn't promise other stuff. But the thing is, it's like Epic is just driving a dump truck of money up to their store and like guaranteeing the success of their game, even if it doesn't sell. How do you not take that deal? Like, it's too tempting.
It's really good.
So, I do love Hades though. I really like that I bought Hades.
I wonder how long these contracts last too. Is
Oh,
it just in perpetuity or
I think it depends, but I don't know.
like 5 years? Because you have console exclusives, and you're seeing now like all the 360 and PS3 exclusives. You're starting to see a lot of those getting released on Steam.
Well, the thing is, since they're offering so much money to the developers, I bet they could have given them a horrible contract where it's just permanent. That's possible.
Very possible.
But we don't know. No one's talking about that. They probably aren't allowed to.
And I have another question for you guys. How long do you think Fortnite is going to stay on top? Because it's bound to get bought out by something else at some point, right?
There's no way to tell.
Like the trend is bound to die. Where do you think gaming is headed?
You never know. No one thought Fortnite was going to be the
VR. Guys, I'm bringing it back. Ever since 2014, I've been advocating for VR.
VR has gotten a lot better.
It has gotten a lot
Okay.
better. That's for sure.
Well, that was why I was not excited yet. I was like, this is going to become something. It is not there yet, and all the games are dumb. But now Beat Saber exists.
And that's it.
That's the only game I care about.
My
But they got
question
one.
is-
They got me with one.
My question is, I haven't done any research into this. I'm asking for a friend, but I wonder how far along the porn industry has come in the VR industry.
A friend, you say?
A friend.
Which friend?
Jesse.
Now I believe you. That's something I'd have to research, and I'd be scared at researching. But you know what? I bet it sucks.
No, that is something that is genuinely interesting, though.
It's gonna happen.
Like-
No, porn definitely drives most technological advancements. It's the reason we have VCR instead of Betamax. They wouldn't allow porn on their thing, so VCRs won. It's the only reason.
They have blowjob machines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is this where this is going on? Okay.
That's a real
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Then you can get a blowjob while watching blowjob.
Okay. Speaking of adult
Blowjob.
material, Twitch actually uploaded a. I'm sure people who have been around Twitch know this, but
Oh, fuck.
they streamed porn to
Oh.
Ninja's channel,
Talk
which
about
isn't
it.
exactly the right thing. They had a group of streamers on Ninja's channel after he ditched Twitch for Mixer.
Well, it's not quite like that. It's basically like you go to the channel,
Yes,
and
exactly.
it said like Ninja's not here, and then it said you can check out these channels instead. So it was listed underwards, kind of like when you finish a YouTube video.
Yes.
It has all the videos. The first video suggested was just straight porn,
Just like
and not softcore porn.
hardcore.
Yes, and I just I'd almost get it if it was like kind of down the list.
Yeah.
But it was the first one. This is the most recommended video if you like Ninja.
Somebody probably targeted that shit, like I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but how?
Yeah.
Like the machine learning messed up hardcore.
And why? That can't not backfire.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's the
They
point
were
of this
mortified.
thing. The question I
Yeah,
want to ask
exactly.
you guys for this
Yeah.
is not if it's good or not, because that's been
it's great.
That's been
Oh.
tread a lot.
Oh.
That ground with Ninja and Mixer and all that shit. Whatever, forget about that. But what do you guys think would happen if Twitch opened up an adult section of the site? You could use like bits in that area, and like you could buy bits, and it would be completely like way off. Like
It would
there's
be
no links to it
inviting-
on Twitch.
It would be inviting a whole new audience.
I just don't want this to spill over.
But the audience is there, isn't it?
Actually, it probably is the same audience, isn't it?
Yes, it's the same audience, just a bunch of people on a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I should say whole new
I'm trying to say Twitch should open up a cam girl section.
Twitch girls.
That would clean up IRL, wouldn't it? That would solve a lot of
I
problems.
don't
with
know.
movie
I
streaming.
don't
No?
know.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I'm not dividing it.
Okay.
What if they make it if porn is the one that requires a video game at all time?
Good lord.
Yeah, you can have porn, but they have to be playing a video game. Like, and it can't be like pre-recorded. They have to be playing it.
Yeah.
And, like, if they do badly enough, like, because they're just half-assing it, then they get banned. All right, now I'm for it.
Me too.
It needs to be a video game. That's the only way I can justify it.
I was struggling so hard to find a way to fight for it, and I found it.
You did it. No, you brought me over.
Yeah,
But Pornhub's a thing. There's no reason.
There is no reason.
There's no reason.
I guess.
There's
I guess it's the same thing for Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why doesn't Steam start like an adult section?
I mean, they already have the adult games, right?
Yeah.
It's just
But
you have to
it's
search
not
for them.
listed anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's because
Their
I mean,
tag
it's
system
image.
is awful anyway.
It's all image. It's video games are still seen as a medium that is primarily targeted towards children, even though the average age of gamers is now over 30, and it rises by 1 year every year. Weird. Who would have thought?
Wow.
It's almost like the same people just don't stop playing video games when they're getting older, and they've been around since.
They're not going out and just killing everybody?
Not all of them.
Wow.
Very few.
Strange.
Most people don't kill people. Yeah. Okay, weird place to break. I don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about this?
No.
Okay, it is on your channel.
It's too sad.
It is.
No, but this is no. This is.
Why don't
this
we
is
just
the way
talk
to
about
get-
the Amazon rainforest burning down? There's nothing we can do about it because.
We can though. I read an article that there is stuff that we can do.
Like what?
We would basically have to levy pressure towards corporations and work with them in order to basically sate the interest of the people that actually live in Brazil. So that because this is all it was man-made fires. This wasn't an accident.
Yes.
But it like every day that we wait it's too late. It's less late. So.
And we're already 3 weeks behind.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting queue after dark.
Yeah, I mean they could try sanctions, but I don't think the political will is there. That's the other thing. I mean, we don't really. But no, oh god, no. Why are we doing this?
Talk about politics.
Why have you done this to me?
I just
Why
let you
did
go.
you bring up the
I just brought it
rainforest
up.
again?
I'm sad. None of this matters.
Fine, let's talk about people being shot. Way less depressing.
I got shot once.
Seriously?
Yeah, with a shotgun.
What?
Yeah, someone was being really irresponsible in a shooting range, so while I was messing with the target, I got hit with sprayed buckshot.
What the? Did you suffer any permanent injury?
No,
or-
just a bruise, 200 yards away.
Oh my god. How is this never? We keep on finding out crazy things about you. We don't ask you about your life too much. How did you never mention that you were shot by a shotgun before?
I told Shirelli, but that's only because people getting shot with the shotgun came up. His brother shot himself in the foot with a shotgun.
Oh.
His brother shot himself in the foot with his shotgun.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm assuming that was a worse injury.
And I'm assuming it was close
I
range.
bruised for days.
Did he lose his foot?
Several toes, yes.
Oh.
What the? Oh, Pennsylvania. It's amazing.
Should we just do a Q&A segment for the last 10 minutes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
All right,
Oh yeah, if you have any questions,
Start spamming your questions only
But-
for Cross.
No.
Okay.
It can't just be for me.
We've almost went a whole hour. How'd that happen?
Ask Buttkiss about his life.
That didn't feel like long at all.
It's easy when you don't do it for a year. There's things to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I remember it'd be like, so what happened to you? I sat in my house and played video games and did my job for the last 2 weeks.
So, what games have you been playing? Awesome Knots.
Yeah, Awesome Knots.
I would love
I
to
wanna
bring this
play
back
this.
monthly, though. I feel like this could be a good monthly podcast. I feel like that would be
It's
the...
not going to happen.
But
Don't.
we could try.
It's not going to
But
happen.
we could try.
I like the idea of it being a yearly podcast so much, though.
Why?
Because if you listen to the last 2 years, it's amazing how much changes in your life. Nothing changed in my life. I'm just waiting here in this place. And then you're like, oh, all these things. Yeah.
And all these things fell down around me and crumbled.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Your character arc is going somewhere, and so is yours. But I'm old. My life is over. But you guys,
I'm basically the same person you knew when we met. You know?
I would like to say, guys, being here with you guys for this past 10 days has been really nice. And it's really helped me get over a lot of the bullshit that I was in. Copious amounts have helped.
All right, first question. What's your address? No.
3124 Imaginary Drive.
Does 203 and does 203 do your hair? It can't just be questions for me, and not normally, no.
His hair is like that naturally.
Also, I like how you were really like honest and earnest, and we just blew you off.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, don't worry, you don't remember.
No, I appreciate it, guys. It's been really nice. It's been a good vacation.
It was good to see you guys also.
It's we went to like swimming holes and shit. You know, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even though my life is a little shitty, you know, I think I'm handling it pretty well.
Yes, I do think you're handling it well.
And it really does help to have friends to talk to.
Yeah. No, people who what happened to you, I've seen them handle it a lot worse than you're handling it. I can tell you that much.
I don't even know, like.
Yeah. Well, what are your? God damn it, fire!
555. What?
No. Will we be hearing more from us? Yeah, next year we'll have a
approximately yearly.
Need blood types.
Cube does have footage of alien swarm redistributed wealth.
Drop.
Okay, yeah.
Reactive Communist edition.
We redistribute the aliens' organs to a more even keel across the floor, and that has everyone at this table plus 203 and Relic Tie. I think it's a good watch.
There's some people in there when I asked, they were like, I have no idea who's talking. So you got myself, Cube, you got Cross, the boy, and then you got Buttkiss, the other
introducing
boy.
ourselves. I mean, people might think I'm Cross.
That is Buttkiss.
It's happened before.
I
think we sound exactly the same personally.
Do we always go into the same place to do the Waiting Queue? We never do the Waiting. This is the first Waiting Queue podcast with us in person.
Yes.
With one mic.
It normally films under a different channel, but that's...
But apparently we don't have access to that anymore. This may in fact be the only ever podcast that we do together in the same room.
Could be.
Yeah.
I'd say it's likely that if we meet up again, we'll probably do another one.
Yes.
Even if we had already done one like a week before or something.
Yeah.
The Waiting Queue is just a podcast that we started in 2014.
Was it 14 or 13? I think it was
2013. That's what it was, yeah. I remember being so excited. I made like some shitty fucking background for it, and then
No, it used to be weekly, but then and it used to be me, Cube, and Relic Die. Here, let me. Buttkiss is trying to access the picture.
Got it.
What?
What?
Someone must have just made that.
That was 203.
That was her. She put the companion cube on top of the Lex from the show Lex.
That's how I'm flying home. I'm flying home in style. First class dick ship.
Yeah. We have access to it, Drake. They're just trying to force us to use two-factor authentication, and Cube's phone doesn't work here, so we can't get the code.
Well, I already have two-factor authentication on my account anyway, so I can't use it for the Waiting Queue. So now we have to find some dummy like second number.
I guess they really don't want people to have two channels.
It's bullshit.
In fact, that's probably another reason they're doing it. They don't want people to have two channels.
Well, what's going up on your channel, Cross?
Jiminy and the Pulsating Mask. What? That's not the game.
Jiminy and the Pulsating Mask.
Jiminy.
Cricket, no.
Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Kingdom Rush. However, because of the visit here and the fact that we're moving, severely decreased content for the last week.
Yes.
And probably it's not going to pick up while we're moving everything out of the house, so I am sorry.
Moving sucks.
And don't worry, we got no footage from this trip whatsoever, so look forward to that.
Yeah.
We absolutely, like, the most footage I got was, like, recording the plane wing for a potential outro, or like, an update.
Yeah, and I still don't really want to show my face, even though, it doesn't matter.
We were just sitting around here sweating. Like, is that really something people want to see?
I bet they do.
Us being sweaty boys.
I bet they would have loved to see us be sweaty boys.
Man, I'm crouched over and I feel fat.
How are you crouched over?
Punched.
Oh, well, now you are, but you weren't sitting. Yeah,
you just don't like the way I crouch.
The move is
no,
at the
you were
end
like
of the
sitting
month.
up pretty. Yeah, you're sitting. That's not a crouch. You got that straight back.
Bell, it's on the end of the month.
I'm leaning back.
No,
So
what?
Bell was asking when you were gonna move.
Oh, we have to be out by the end of the month. So, and we're hoping to. Oh, there, 203. Yeah, that's we're getting the truck. Yeah, we'll see.
You guys got friends helping you.
Yes, and in my head, I mean, I'm glad the 203 asked, because in my head it was like, I can move this entire house myself, and it was perfectly fine, but I probably would have died halfway through, because I am old after all.
So old.
So old.
32.
47.
I wish.
36?
36.
36.
I'd take
right.
32.
I remember when you were turning 30.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I remember when you were turning 18.
I remember that podcast. That was a podcast. You guys can actually go back and watch on youtube.com/relictdie.
Sorry, this is the place we should be giving the incorrect address. There's, for the people who don't know who else is talking, one, and I guess you guys won't say what's on your channels because Cube hasn't uploaded in a year and you don't have a channel.
Buttkiss, what's on your channel?
Porn.
Okay, perfect.
He's opening up a new Twitch 18+ channel.
Let's go to pornhub.com/relicdie.
That's a thing.
But basically, there's a YouTube channel that's linked on my channel that goes to the waiting queue. There's the waiting queue Twitch channel that we wish this had been streaming to.
Yes.
You can watch all the past podcasts. I suggest just watching the more recent ones because they're more relevant.
Yeah.
The gaming news is not good.
It is nice to just talk about our lives, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that could just be the podcast now.
Yeah.
And we can mention... games are still a pretty big part of our lives, but they're not as big as a part of my life as they used to be honest. I don't think they are as yours either.
Yeah, no.
And probably not yours either. Like, we all still play games, but it's not like that's our only thing
I
at
fucking
this
love
point.
video games.
Yeah.
Oh, Cross was pointing at Q for the first U, and then me for the second U. You didn't get that, but it did.
That's true. I'm now using body language.
We know more than
I
you.
didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We got him. We got him. That's the first time, I think. We got him.
Well... all right, well, we're at an hour.
You guys just want to end it, or you guys got anything else you want to talk about?
You
guys want to be depressed at the rainforest again?
I swear to God.
Like, in the future,
to
we're going to have
stop.
history
Oh
books
my
being
God.
like, remember when there was a rainforest
Yeah,
there?
but only
like,
for
just
the...
all over there, and people are going to be like, that rainforest never existed.
And
That was a
they'd be
lie.
like, that was terrible, and this is only 30 years in the future, because that's when all human history stops and burns. Yeah, no, we're doomed.
Here's
got
how
this.
Flat Earth proves the rainforest fire didn't happen.
Well, what if we just go to the other side
Oh my
of the flat
God.
Earth? Maybe it's good there.
The sun will come.
Yeah, it's there the other half,
We'll just
right?
push the sun to the other side.
All right, everyone just needs to go to one of the edges of the Earth, and it'll flip.
And then
Yeah.
it's a
And-
good idea.
Yeah.
It's
Put
really
it on
easy.
Facebook.
It's really
All right.
easy to organize adults.
Tag
we all know
tag the Area 51 raid.
We need your help for a new mission. We're going to the edge of the Earth, which is, I don't know, Australia, we'll say.
Did you ever upload Super Mario Saga on YouTube, or am I imagining things about this?
Yeah, I think I did.
Wait,
did?
really?
Yeah.
You actually uploaded videos to your channel?
Yeah, from Twitch.
Oh,
Like,
right.
Oh, you had a stream. Okay.
Yeah, like all the YOLO videos from Fallout and
Oh, this is
Huh.
the Waiting Queue podcast that we've been doing it for the last hour. But thanks for watching
Yeah,
the Waiting Queue
thanks for
podcast, everybody. I'll catch you guys next year. This was the Waiting Queue podcast for 8/21/19, and I'll see you guys next time. I love you.
Goodbye.
so long, farewell. Oh, right. Wait, no.
Wait,
give-
what?
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
What? Oh, I'm ending it.
Synchronicity.
Synchronous. Bye.